Happy Sunday, happy Father's Day, happy Juneteenth weekend, which is tomorrow, and I have off. I was trying to remember if I had it off last year. I remember having it off last year. I would think I would, because if it became a national holiday 2021, I read, which I think it definitely depends on where you work. I think I would have it off last year because the way I work is very I don't want to say woke, but culturally sensitive, I guess we'll say. Skincare was done this morning. Sunscreen I had put on this morning. Put on sunscreen again because I went out around 3:30 and it was like 102, 304. So sunscreen is on. It's supposed to be 105 today. It didn't reach 105. Like I said, it's maybe 102 or 103. It's supposed to be like 111. I think next weekend. Next Monday, not this Monday, but the Monday after. And I'm like, okay. And you expect people to go to work in that? It's ridiculous. Anyway, I wanted to try out a new foundation sample that I received or that I picked up. So it's kind of a makeup therapy and trying out at the same time. I could have tried it out when I went to go pick up at 3:30, but I knew I would be sweating it off, so I was like, no. And there we go. Seems dark on this side, so bear with me while I play with my lights. Let's see. Okay, it's better. So I did not, because I was like, I don't want to sweat it off because I don't want AC in my car unless absolutely necessary, and I need to get gas, which I'm going to do tomorrow. So I might either go to the movies tonight to see Fast 10X or go in the morning when it's cheaper. I haven't decided yet. I said I have tomorrow off, no rush. So I'm using e.l.f., the new lip balm now. This isn't great. They didn't have the other ones I wanted to try. So I went with Great, since I have very little left in this. I've been starting using that until, again, National Lipstick Day, hopefully goes on sale. Okay, so we did that. I'm also trying a new primer today. This is Milk Pore Eclipse Primer. So it's a matte primer, got a little sample. I didn't know Sephora gave samples of primers, but apparently they do. She's like, yeah, they give you a sample of a lot of things. I know some of the skincare they do. You just have to know to ask. But I didn't know primer as well. And she tried this on my hand, and I was like, okay, that's nice. I need matte poreless. So we're gonna try that. So it's kind of thick right now, so it's kind of like that. It's not running down the thing. Because I had tried the Milk, the grippy one, the Hydro Grip, like the e.l.f. one, the Milk one, and that irritated my skin. So I was like trying to stay away from Milk products. And this is probably more than I need to put on. But hopefully this one out irritate my skin. So I'd probably put on too much, but I'm gonna go out on this. I still test it outside, so the foundation. So I'm gonna take the pictures, so I can handle that. Maybe when I run out of my Smashbox, I'll give it a try. And if there's a good sale, they've been charging a lot for primers. Has a smell. I don't know what that smell is, but it has a smell. So again, this is lights because my face is not that shiny in the mirror. Like right there, none of this shine is in my mirror at all. Let's go like this. Let's try warm. We're gonna keep doing this. No. So yeah, we're gonna stick with that. To get new contacts, I'm still filling them out Friday. So, was that Friday? Thursday. So yeah, that's enough of that. So Thursday, I get a text around lunchtime Yeah, your contacts are ready to pick up. And I'm like, I have to try to Peoria as I work, like in office that day. It'd be fine if it wasn't my in-office day, but I was like, ah. So it took me like an hour to get there, 5 minutes to pick up my stuff, and I came back, picked up a lobster roll at Angie's Lobster, 43rd Ave and Thunderbird, $9.99. You get a drink, lobster roll, and fries with the little lobster sauce and all that, $9.99. So it's a good deal. And it's just a hot day. You can get it warm or you get chilled. It's local business. I always get chilled. And they give you a little packet of butter and some seasoning in there as well. Anyway, so it was just hot. So the whole trip altogether, nobody's gonna make a noise all day. The whole trip altogether was like 2 hours. So I was like, okay. But I wanted those contacts because I wasn't going Friday. And so I was like, okay. So I just went. So I'm trying them out. Again, I don't know what is old age versus blurriness. I think it's because I'm trying to look at my phone and I can't see clearly because I use my reading glasses when I look at my phone. I digress. So I'm gonna do a little color correction. My eyebrows are already done already. My Makeup Revolution with the Beauty Crop BFF eye gel, Danessa of course, Colorfix as the base, and then I used the Fula palette for the outside corner and the inside shimmer. So I didn't know what color I was gonna get, but basically this color, and I see it now with the light, it's kind of purple. I didn't realize it was purple. And I used this one, which in the light, it looks blue. Yeah, it's blue. It's kind of shimmer with blue, purplish. It's color reflecting kind of thing. And I know Danessa has the color, the little chrome fix as well, but I'm like, I have that. I don't need all that. So it's kind of Pride, kind of as well. Anyway, I want to color correct live tinted this time. So yeah, 3-day weekend. Go on my mouth. Because these are multi-hue sticks, so you can use them for different things. Versus me using my usual black radiance, which nothing against it, I'm just didn't want to use that right now. Okay, we're gonna go down any? Oh, that's the furthest it goes down. All right. I don't have anything to blend it out with. Okay, I'm gonna use our hands. But so yeah, I just been chilling. What did I do yesterday? Got a cinnamon roll. I think because my face is matte, that's why it's making the noise. I don't know if y'all can hear that. Nails are still holding on strong. I think we're on day 6 now. And then, what else did I do yesterday? Oh, I watched Extraction 2. I watched Extraction 2 on Netflix. It was good. Like the locations, the set design, and all that was awesome. It was awesome. When there's certain things, I was like, oh, yeah, this is what's gonna happen after this. I could tell. Just human nature things, you just know it's gonna happen, kind of things. When it's an actor, I'm not gonna spoil it for y'all that is in it, that they haven't been advertising as in it, and I was like, nobody told me this. He's not in any of the premiere photos. So without spoiling it or going to IMDb and going through all the credits to figure out who I'm talking about, but he's not in the movie a lot, but it's kind of like nobody said he's in this movie. I'm just trying to smooth this out so it doesn't look too orange. The sides are fine. So with this heat, you kind of got to powder down. Even if you put on a matte primer, plus it's supposedly set corrector as well. He would supposedly, yeah, I'm not sure. I've seen one person do it. Okay, put that right there. And then I'm gonna finally use the NYX matte spray that I got the other week. Okay, sample is the Dior. It's not new, they have a newer one, but this is the Dior Forever Matte one. The new one is, I think, Face and Body. And the shade, I couldn't really find one that matched my shade, or like the sample. They didn't have a sample, they had two of the same, because I am 7 neutral, and they kept having like 7 warm or something like that for the new Dior one. So I just decided to try the matte one because I like matte stuff, especially for this heat. So I'm gonna do not what I did last time with the last matte I used. I'm gonna do one side at a time. Let me see, looks my shade. Okay, that's enough. Put that down. I'm gonna use my Make It Last for the foundation brush. So this feels weird just doing one side. Because we know I usually start here and just jump over here real quick. But I don't want the spottiness that I saw last week earlier this week when I did the soft matte with the nose. Which is why I need to try that one out again. Okay, so with. Okay, let's do the other side. Use what's left in here, hopefully it's enough. Yeah. Cap. Anyway, the Extraction 2 was real good, and then I think I took a nap. Did I take a nap? I'm not sure. I probably took a nap. And then I'm trying to think, what else did I watch? Oh, I started watching on HBO Max. The Army Hammer docuseries. The one about his allegations. I guess we still call it allegations. It was very informative. Things you see the little things on Twitter or, in the news, the gossip rags and things like that, but I was like, I didn't realize it went that, I didn't really read into any further than seeing that. So to watch the documentary, like, oh, wow. 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 So I watched 2 episodes this morning, like early, like 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Then I finished the rest. Just maybe 15, 20 minutes ago. So I was like, okay. We'll see if anything happens. Because we know, Hollywood, not everything happens. Okay. You could kind of see my hyperpigmentation there. And my mouth is fine. See this one spot right here I'm trying to figure out. That's my face and the foundation that needs to be. Sometimes I'm like, okay, so I'm all about blending, but sometimes you don't see the spots you miss. And then what else did I do? I called my father, of course, Father's Day, even though we talked a week ago. And like he just called me to see how I was doing last week, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna call you next week, right? For Father's Day. He was like, oh, you don't need a call or whatever. And I'm just like, if I don't call, then he's gonna complain I didn't call. So I'm like, I definitely was gonna call. I sent him a card as well. I didn't tell him last week I sent him a card, but I purposely timed and put my calendar, phone calendar, so that he would get the card enough time, because, you know, mail. Not when I mail stuff to my mother, because it takes like a day or two. She was like, oh, they say I'll be there Monday. I get it Saturday. And I'm like, really? I don't know why they keep telling you these lies. Every time they tell her I get it a certain day, I get it way before then. I'm like, it's in state, people. He's obviously out of state. Okay, so sun's coming off. I'm just pushing it in. Again, this is a matte foundation. It's supposed to be transfer proof, heat and humidity resistant, and 24-hour wear. I'm not wearing this 24 hours. But the whole heat and humidity resistant, we don't get much humidity except for monsoon season. Heat, I did look up in a different description, and when they said heat resistant, they said something up to like 30, 33 Celsius, which equals like 80 something Fahrenheit. And I'm like, it's always more than that here in Arizona. So I'm like, it's not gonna stand up to, they need to test these foundations in Arizona. It's not gonna stand up to 111, 106, 103. I'm like, okay, sure. You're gonna say it's heat resistant. Just say heat resistant in places other than Arizona. All right, concealer. I really don't want this video to go too long. Because I wiped some off and that was too much, obviously. But yeah, that's a very interesting documentary. And then I need to watch Queen Charlotte. I need to watch that. I'll probably do that tomorrow, maybe, or today. I think it's supposed to be 6 episodes. What am I watching today? Excuse me, I'm trying to think. Oh, the Great American Truck Race on Food Network. You gotta hydrate in Arizona during the summer. That's coming on, the first episode, so I might watch that. So I'm just like, something is coming on. Again, all this is if I don't go to the movies. It's one of the late shows of the movies. Because they're not showing it as much right now. Setting powder, I'm not up to that yet. So I don't even know what, so I was about to smooth it out. So yeah, this theater's only showing the movie like 3 times, and I'm like, okay, sure. Again, I'm not using matte to smooth out my concealer. Setting spray, obviously. Every time I think I should get a new mirror, I'm like, no, this one works pretty well. Mirrors are expensive anyway. I don't think I spent that much on this. I got it on sale or something. The LED part doesn't work with the damn, but Otherwise, it's okay. Yeah, it's dried down already. Dry. Goes kind of at the same time I'm setting this. Now, do you see that little bit right there? What it is when I'm doing it, I'm supposed to not put the concealer right under your eye. I'm supposed to put it a little lower. And I forget that most of the time. So that's why I get to my eyelashes. Ironically, same exact spot on this eye. There we go. What that is isn't bad because when I put eyeliner on, it can go right in that spot anyway. These edges, okay. Because I'm trying to use more powders this summer. My bronzer. Well, I'm not contouring today with the contour stick I usually use, which is cream. I'm just using bronzer. Powder bronzer. But yeah, my dad's just chilling today. I was like, just let the dads watch the sports, leave them alone. And that's exactly what he's doing. He's like, I'm watching golf. He's like, I watched women's golf and now the men's golf. For some reason, he doesn't care about the men's golf. I don't know the difference. I was like, I don't know what golf is on. I just know golf is on. And so I'm like, okay, Dad, sure. And I'm like, he's like, I'm not gonna fall asleep in my chair. And I'm like, Father's Day, you're gonna fall asleep in your chair. And then I was like, he was like, hopefully somebody will, you know, come by with food or whatever. And I'm like, isn't Applebee's or Chili's have some kind of discount today? He didn't know. I'm like, oh, you might want to check that out. Okay. So let's set. I'm going to use a brightening setting powder this time around. We haven't used this baby in a while. Beauty Bakery. This is in Plantain, which I don't have to open anything. There's still enough in the lid. And Plantain is bright. So, put some on there. This is only gonna be for my under eye. The other places, I'm going to use the other setting powder. Let's massage it in there. I know I just said that, and yeah. Just a little bit more. Massage it in. I'm trying to think, one of the people I follow on YouTube did a video just highlighting using powders versus concealer. because I just literally used that. Can I open this with these nails? No. And I can't grab. Let me move that over there to my way. One bad thing about nails, I can't open certain things. My setting, my overall all over face powder, I want to use that. Set my face before I go with bronzer, and also help get rid of some of that the complex has been kind of quiet, weirdly. I mean, other than my neighbors downstairs, the damn music, which I can hear sometimes. I think people have been in the pool. I haven't been over there to see, because if I go in the pool, I'm gonna wait till the cleaning man, pool cleaner comes after this weekend. So, looks a little brighter. I don't know if y'all can see that, I can see it. And then Juvia's Place, of course, for bronzer. But no, I saw towels on, what do you call them things? Patios, so I know people definitely been in that pool. And so we're gonna try this, because and then let's go to the blush. Also, Juvia's Place. So I'm loving this. So my mother was talking about a Patrick Star blush, and I'm like, I don't need any more blushes. I really don't need any more blushes. Everybody, mama got blushes. They keep coming out. House Labs has one, the new ones. Dior just came out with new ones. I'm like, I don't need all these blushes. I'm like, yeah, I wear a lot of blush, but with Juvia's Place, like, and then that Rare Beauty I have, it's like, I have enough blushes that are gonna last forever. And I wanna use them up versus buying more. This is bronzer. I'm just kind of meeting up. Right now, it kind of looks a little clownish, but setting. It always does it. I had the AC on, so I have fans for right now. Okay, so I see the line for that one. It's got a little higher. Let's go ahead and do this. John Wick 3 is on, of course, because they play that movie a lot. Let's do, we're doing a soft lip today. I'm blinking. I'm like, so I also can't see because I'm staring. Oh, I watched Magic Mike's Last Dance. That's I also watched last night. It didn't need to be made. I'm sorry, it was just boring. It was boring, and I'm like, people are saying, other than like the first dance with Selma, and the scene where he runs up to the girl from the first one, other than that, it's like, what is this? Why? It's just very slow, and yeah. I'm like, did y'all make any money on this? It's like, I mean, it's about, I know it's about dancers, exotic dancers, strip dancing. I don't know the proper term right now. But it's like, the other ones were entertaining at least. They had more entertaining parts than this. And I kind of knew it was going to be downhill once they did the virtual call or the Skype with the other cast members from the other ones. So it tells you they didn't have them come back other than for that scene. And the narration was weird by the daughter in it, and it's like, and I looked up her IMDb and I'm like, this is her only movie? She's not done anything since then? Which, I mean, I know it only came out, what, last year maybe? I mean, maybe it's usually the dance at the end is usually really good, like the last 30 minutes. It was all right. And there's a water one. I'm not spoiling anything because if you haven't seen it by now, HBO Max or Max. It was just, yeah, it was disappointing. Okay, I'm gonna turn this. That feels thick to me. Like this one is perfect. The fact that I forgot that I watched it tells you how it was. I didn't go see wrestling last night because it was in town. I just didn't feel like going. My friend hasn't texted me about not being there, so I'm like, okay, obviously he didn't care that I wasn't there. Wait, didn't notice, I don't know. I was just like, I don't feel like going. But the thing is, it's like I go, I'm supporting him, and it's a good time and everything, but then afterwards, I'm like, I just pretty much go home afterwards anyway. It's not like me, him, or his girlfriend, whatever, go out. Not that I necessarily want to. I just, unless I had like other plans after, then I'm like, okay. I didn't. I was supposed to go to brunch this morning, and my plans, that was canceled. So that would have been my plan today. I would have been dressed differently for that. But yeah, I just, what color I'm gonna put under? I'm gonna put that color under there. Let's see how it looks. It's kind of dark. I don't want to go that dark. Might be too light. Okay, let's go. A little bit of red. Okay. It seems that's gonna be all right. So we're gonna spray. And then we'll put on see if that emphasizes my texture or not, which again, I usually don't care about texture in my face. And I realized the e.l.f. that I had bought was waterproof was not the one that everybody's been raving about. They don't have a waterproof one, so I might give that one a try if they finally get a waterproof one. And I realized when I've been using this, since I started using it again, it's mainly Sky High. I haven't been, it's like it's not really emphasizing Sky High like I used to. Because I need to go like that and wiggle it. So it just sometimes feels like there's nothing in here. You need to check the batch number. It's just not dried out at all. It just doesn't feel like there's anything in here. I could go get a drink. I have a gift card. So I know they're doing something tomorrow for Juneteenth, and I'm just like, I'm not going for Juneteenth. Playing spades and dominoes, and I'm like, I don't know how to play either of those. Yes, I'm a black person that does not know how to play spades or dominoes. I grew up in Arizona, Southern Arizona. I'm not saying there weren't black people, but I know how to play war. I used to know how to play I Declare War, 52 card pickup. Rest in peace, Justin. And then go fish other games. I don't even know how to play poker. So I'm like, I don't need to. And they have an Ethiopian, or no, a Nigerian food truck coming. And I'm like, that's awesome though, that they did that. Because some places would have probably been stupid and got like some chicken and waffle type of freaking food truck. But no, they have a Nigerian one. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. I'm guessing they did talk to somebody about what they could do. So that's good. But like I said, 'cause I don't know how to play those games. And if you've seen the blackening, spades is a inciting incident. I'm just gonna say that much. No. I have no desire to. And this restaurant is like, not restaurant, bars, like I've been to a few times, and it's a lot of hipsters go, but there's definitely been black people in there and other minorities in there as well. Definitely, I almost say they're like a Gen X bar. But yeah, it feels like tonight probably would have been better to me. I understand why they're doing it tomorrow night, but I'm like, you gotta go to work the next day. So let's put these earrings on, and then we're gonna wrap this video up. Because I know it's the eyes that took, it's always the eyes that slow me down when I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be on time, and then it's like, nope. Too much on there. Nobody texted me back because I was texting somebody before I started shooting or filming, and so I was like, if you were in town, we could have hung out, but he wasn't in town. I'm like, there's a lot of powder that got in my nose. All right, so let's do the test. Mind you, the stuff on my face, not just the foundation. That thing's coming off. I'm gonna turn it even though there's nothing that came off on it. I do it down here because I know contour and bronzer might come off, so I'm trying to get where it's just like a little bit, because again, not setting, but yeah, it's very light. Okay, so I don't even need to put on more setting spray. So with that, this is my kind of makeup therapy, trying out Dior foundation, matte foundation. Juneteenth, 3-day weekend, Father's Day makeup, and Pride, kind of, because this is kind of Pride related. So, all combination. So this is my final look.